love the sound. Woo! Woo! Hey guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to iRacing. With the new season of iRacing out, there are two major contents that I've been looking forward to, which is the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 GT3R and the Ford Mustang GT3. These two cars are American made cars and, you know, classified as the American sports cars / American muscle car, and trying to see what their race car versions are like. It's really something I was looking forward to. So you guys are going to join me on a ride to experience what the Z06 feels like on a racetrack, and also what the Ford Mustang GT3 feels like. So we would be testing these two cars. As you can see right here, I purchased this recently, which is the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 GT3R and also the Ford Mustang GT3. I also added this the Cadillac V Series R GTP, just to have a car that I'm looking forward to driving, you know, as I increase go up in license places and also increase my iRating and safety rating on iRacing. So I'm not an expert in driving sports cars or race cars. The only car I have driven in a whole full season is actually this Ferrari 488 GT3 Evo, the 2020 model, and I think I did 1 or 2 races in the 296 GT3, but I've done a lot of practice laps and AI races with the Ferrari 296. So if I'm going to be using any car as a benchmark to base off how these two cars handle, it's definitely going to be the Ferrari 296, because I've gotten used to driving this car, you know, over an extended period of time. So for the racetrack we're going to be using is going to be Long Beach, because I did a race, an AI race there a couple of weeks, or I think a week or some days ago, weeks ago, and I did that, you know, in order to show how you can improve your racecraft and speed and iRacing, you know, using some steps that I showed on the video. You can check that video out. But now it's just going to be like a ride along video where you guys get to see my first reactions driving the Ford Mustang GT3 and also driving the Corvette Z06 GT3R. I tested the Cadillac V Series, which is an amazing car. The grip levels is beyond anything. But yeah, you guys are just gonna be join me and ride along while I test this cars in Long Beach. Let's head to the video. So we're starting with the Z06 Chevrolet Corvette Z06 GT3R, and the reason I'm starting with this is it's the same engine configuration with the Ferrari 296, being that it's mid-engine, but this is equipped with a V8, and let's just see how it is around Long Beach. Okay. The sound is completely different, you know, from the 296, but also sounds completely different from the road going Z06. It has this deep tone that I can hear. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but when the car is stationary and not moving, there's this sound that you hear. So you're expecting to hear one bass like sound when it's revving, but it seems to be light, like but it's quick revving. Well, let's get on track. It seems eager to go. Woo! Okay, that didn't go according to plan. This car is out of my league. Sorry, I was looking up. I switched my camera position, and so by reflex I looked up, and then I realized there's no camera over there, so I came back down. Okay, let's try again. And it seems to be drizzling. Man, where did the rain come from? So slippery. What's going on? What's wrong? It feels like I'm driving on ice. The car doesn't seem to want to turn. We'll try this again. Okay, we're going again. Now I had to go back to the settings to change the weather to be clear, no chance of rain, so that I can have a good dry track and give you guys my actual thoughts and feedback on what this car is like to drive. So let's go. Like I said, the sound is yeah. The gearing is definitely different. It seems to rotate better than the Ferrari. So, my initial thoughts, the rotation actually seems to be similar to the 296, the Ferrari 296. I guess it's the same characteristics of a mid-engine layout. Because the engine is in the middle, they get it. It's easy to rotate the cars. See, off throttle rotation seems to be amazing as well. One more. One more. Car is fun to drive. Whew. Okay. What are my thoughts on this car? It's actually a fun car to drive. So much time to be found with this car because the way the car rotates when you get your foot off the gas pedal, the throttle, there's a way the car rotates that you have to get used to. So off throttle rotation seems to be present, and also you have to be gradual with the way you step on the throttle pedal, because with that rotation, if you step on the throttle way too soon, you're probably going to spin the car. But as an overall package, it works. The sound is one thing I know that will need a lot of improvement, but the car looks good. I don't know what is up with the, if you guys look at my screen, you see like the lines. It's not blocking my view or anything. Maybe it has to do with some safety issues, you know, or safety requirements for the car, but the car is decent, handles good. A lot to learn with this kind of car and a lot to improve on as a driver. As you see, I did a 122.3 without actually trying my very best, and I know that there are a lot of drivers who have done faster times compared to what I've done. Also guys, before I head out, I just wanted you guys to see my paint scheme. Well, it's not really much of a paint scheme. I just picked one of the options in iRacing. I like blue as a color, so I just chose it, and this is what the car looks like on a lap around Long Beach. Ooh, it looks clean though. It sounds better from the outside. Almost lost it there. This car looks good. It looks planted too. See how planted it looks. Even though the bumps is not leaning, it's just stable. Oh, that was tight. let's head to the Ford Mustang GT3. So now we're in the Ford GT3, and first things first, I kind of like what the cabin space, like the cockpit feel, was like in the Corvette. That's first thing, but that might change over time with the way this car drives. Now let's start it up, to hear the sound, and I'll let you know which one I prefer, the Corvette or the Mustang. Okay, so the idle tone is deep, has a little bit of, I would say, you could tell it has more idling, will I call it substance? I don't know. I will tell you guys, in life, like in real life, I prefer Chevys over Mustangs. Just know this. I keep hitting this mic, I'm sorry. Just know that I prefer Chevys over Mustangs. Camaros, love them. Corvettes, mwah. Mustangs, they're amazing. You know, the Ford GT, ooh. But just for me, I prefer Chevys over Fords. Now let's rev the engine and see which one sounds better. We know who the winner is. If I tell you I prefer the sound of the Chevy, like in iRacing, if I prefer the sound of the Chevy over the Ford, some people might. But if I did tell you that I prefer the sound of the Chevy over the Ford, something is wrong with me. Something is definitely wrong with me. That's V8. Now let's see how it drives. Sound to Chevy, 1-0 for the Ford. Oh, my bad. Think it needs a clutch to enter first gear. Oh. I love the sound. Woo! Woo! American muscle. How does it handle though? Oh, this car sounds amazing! See, the front engine configuration makes it easy to want to lose the rear end. But the sound! Freedom! I need to adjust my driver height. Because I can't see nada. Gearing is different as well. Back to the pits. I want to do the complete lap and then give my verdict which one I prefer. The gearing in the Ford is longer than the gearing on the Z06. It has shorter gears on the Z06. Nice rotation. That was late for me. I got too carried away. The sound is amazing though. One more lap. 121. Okay, what is my verdict? What car would I pick to do a race? It's hard because if I go back, I don't know if I can remember. I can't remember. I just lost it. I think I did a 122.3 with the Corvette, and this one, my first proper lap, I did a 121.7. Maybe based on the track, it might suit this car better. But I have to be honest, both cars are actually amazing to drive. If I was to go off of pure sound, I would pick the Mustang. In terms of looks, both cars are amazing. In fact, let's play a clip and you guys should watch the replay of me doing a lap just the same way you guys watched me doing. Oh, the Mustang looks amazing. Look at how wide it is. I was surprised. And it sounds amazing. See how close I was to the wall. You can see the camber on the front tires. iRacing did an amazing job with these two cars. And the Mustang definitely needs that rear wing just because of where the engine is. With the side exhaust as well. This car is beautiful. The rear diffusers just look aggressive. Look. In terms of looks, both cars are amazing. In terms of how they handle, I think as a driver, you should be willing to adjust to the way each car behaves. And in my honest opinion, I can't choose one. I will be very honest with you. I can't choose one. If they were to say, okay, drive one car for a whole series without driving one for a while, I might go the Mustang route just because of the sound. It sounds amazing. But if I really want, I can't. Both, I think, with the way the Mustang is set up, it still feels. I haven't driven it for so long to notice how much it rotates on the power that much, but it was very, very obvious in the Corvette. The Mustang also rotates, but sometimes by the time you realize it's rotating, you've lost the end. So something to work around with. The front end grip of the Mustang, like when you turn when you make a turn, like once you turn in, the grip is amazing. So it's really, I'll be honest with you guys, I would drive cars in the series. Pick one race to do a Mustang. I think there are some tracks where the Mustang will outshine the Corvette, and there are also some tracks where the Corvette will outshine the Mustang. Like you see this turn at a certain speed when you're coming in and you lose the rear end, you're almost the passenger in this part of the track when you lose the rear end of the Mustang. But when you lose the rear end of the Corvette, it's actually easy to catch it and correct it. So the thing is, both cars handle differently but achieve the same goal, if that makes sense. So in my own honest opinion, I would take both cars and work on myself as a driver to extract the best out of the two cars. I can't fault any of these cars for what they are. The Corvette is mid-engine, so it should have more grip, or it should be a lot more balanced. But with technology and the way they've built this car should also be balanced, despite the fact that the engine is in the front. So in my opinion, these two cars are amazing. If it's a car that you're looking to buy on iRacing, not sure what series to join. I think I've seen the endurance races. These would be good cars that you can use for endurance races, and I would really hope that I don't know, just the same way like Ferrari has its own GT3 challenge. I feel like iRacing should have a complete GT3. I think they do. I just haven't explored that much of iRacing that much. Let me know in the comment section if you guys know anything about GT3 challenges that involve racing different cars, for, is it 30-minute race, half an hour race? Maybe I have to go up in my class license to be able to do that. Currently I have a class C and I haven't raced in any class C series. That's a long story, cut short, but my goal is to go up in my license, the class of my license, improve my I rating and my safety rating as well. But as regards to these two cars and the way that they handle, these cars are amazing. The sound of the Ford Mustang outshines the sound of the Corvette from inside the from the cabin, from the cockpit, how you hear the car when you're driving. But when you watch the replays and hear the sound of both cars, they sound different, but they both sound good. Most people will go to the Ford. I will, head towards the Ford side as well in terms of the sound. In terms of design, honestly, these two cars were well designed. Let me go out of this page and just let me exit this and show you guys what I mean. Boom, let's look at this. So for the Corvette, I'm gonna just use the paint car option so that we can just have a clear view of what this car looks like. So looking at this design, the front end of this car looks amazing. The width, the rear diffuser is aggressive. The wing is just, this is just a blown race car. The design, everything makes sense. I love the way they integrated this lights over here, because for night races, which is actually beautiful. This just looks amazing in my opinion. Let me know what your thoughts are about the looks, which ones you guys prefer, if you prefer the Corvette over the Mustang, or if you prefer the Mustang over the Corvette. That is it for what the Corvette looks like. Let's go to the Mustang. Sorry, let's go to the Mustang. Hold on. For the Mustang, click on paint car and you get to see the Mustang. The front end, in my opinion, I prefer the front end of the Corvette. That's my opinion. I prefer the front end of the Corvette. But as a package, especially with this side mounted exhaust, oof, that means as a driver you get to hear the full sound of your engine coming out from the exhaust, because it's just right next to your ear. I'm sorry I'm pointing, like you guys can see where I'm pointing to, but let me use the mouse. This is the exhaust and this is where your head is going to be, so you get the full acoustics of the exhaust. The rear diffuser is even more aggressive based on these pictures compared to the Corvette, and I completely understand why it's more aggressive. The rear wing as well is more aggressive, and I think it has to do with the weight, with the balance of the car. The engine is in front. When it's the Corvette, the engine is in the back right here, so there's a lot of weight on this side of the car, meaning that the downforce needed in the rear isn't as much as the downforce that will be needed in the front. But here, because of the weight and the weight in the front, they would need as much air that would keep the rear end planted to make the car a lot balanced. And you feel that when you're driving the car, it actually feels balanced. It's only when you overshoot in some turns that you find yourself losing the rear end, which is still the same thing that will happen to you if you're driving a mid-engine car as well. But like I told you guys, I love both cars. Ford came into the GT3 picture, with its own package, and the same thing happened with Corvette. And I think that both companies did an amazing job, and iRacing did an excellent job of bringing these renderings into the iRacing service, so that we as virtual racers will get to enjoy this amazing sound and the way this car is handled. So eventually I would look for races where I'll be able to race one of these two cars and have some more practice laps to get in tune with these cars, because I'm clearly nothing close to the skill level needed to drive these cars. I am completely honest. The lap, like, to be able to drive a car like this and extract the most out of it, you have to study the way the car behaves in corners, while on throttle, while off throttle, how it responds to rotation, what you do to help the car rotate more, or what you do to help the car not rotate more, curves that you can take in different kinds of tracks, how it settled, how whether it upsets the car, the balance. These are things that you need to really understand. What the front grip is like, how it behaves on cold tires, how it behaves when it's fully warmed up, like how it behaves when it's fueled up, and how it behaves when it's light on fuel. These are just so many things that you have to learn as a driver in real life and also on the sim, because they try to replicate these things as close as possible. But guys, thanks guys for staying along with me. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to pick one, but if I like both cars and the way that they handle, if there was one thing that made one completely that stand out in terms of like what would I prefer, is for me, like if there's one thing that made one a little bit better than the other, I would say the Ford Mustang has a better sound than the Corvette. In terms of look, the Corvette actually looks good. The Mustang still looks good. They both look good. So in terms of looks, I think that they're equal in terms of look. In terms of handling, I think that if this package is actually set up right, I think they might both be equal, with the Corvette just edging it out a little bit, just simply because it is mid-engine and well balanced. Now, I haven't read more on the stats of this car, but if this car's engine was actually mounted behind the front axle, if it was mounted way behind the front axle, it will make it a front mid-engine car, which would also help with the balance. And if that's the case, then I think that both cars are equal in terms of handling. In terms of speed, well, what I would say is my first proper lap in the Corvette, I think I did a 122.3. And in my first proper lap in the Ford, I did a 121.7. So do with that information whatever you want. It might just boil down to me and my driving style. Someone else might take the Corvette and do a lot more, a lot faster time than I did, or even than I did in the Mustang. So just take everything that I say with a grain of salt. I've never raced a real race car before. I've never actually been seriously competitive in iRacing, that to race different kinds of cars and be able to like know how a car behaves instantly. I'm still in the learning process. This is just my take, but that's pretty much what I feel about both cars. I think they're amazing and a good addition to iRacing's content, and iRacing, just keep it up. I love the fact I haven't driven in the rain. Like the first clip you guys saw in the video, it was drizzling a little bit and I couldn't even turn the Corvette at all. It was like I would turn and it would just go straight. So my first experience in the rain is going to be crazy, but yes, these two cars are amazing. If you do like contents like this, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you get notified every time I post a video. Also, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about these two cars. Which one do you prefer? And if you were to do a race, an endurance race, which one do you think would be a better car, a more forgiving car, over a long stint of driving? Let me just know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Which one also looks, again, I hit the mic, I'm sorry. Which one also looks better for you guys? And let me know if you guys like the paint blue, because I like blue. That's pretty much it. I like blue. I don't have any reason or any special reason as to why I go with blue. I just like blue. That's my favorite color. So let me know what you guys think. Which car is better for you guys? Which one handles better for you? Which one sounds better? Definitely the Mustang. And which one would be a car that you would like to use in a series, comparing just these two cars? If you're given the Mustang or the Corvette, which one would you pick? But thanks guys for watching. as I said, comment section. Let me know your opinions. But until next time, guys, peace.